Give me 1 second, man. What's good with everybody, man? I am going to change something. Hold on 1 second, man. Wonder why. Wonder why this is the case. I'm trying not to do this. Anyway. Wonder why non-subscribers can't do this. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, man. What's good with everybody, man? Shout out Bam Bam Tweed. What's up, man? Hey, man, I'm feeling good today, man. Bam Bam Tweed in the building. What up, Newt? Let me say what's up to everybody, man. We're going to have a good, fun conversation today. Before I start talking to everybody and say what's up to all the regular people out here chopping it up, man. What's up, JC Cowboys Network? What's up, man? CEO Nut in the building. What's going on? Hey, man, everybody say what's up in the chat if y'all wouldn't mind. Hit the like button, all that good stuff, man. Oh, man, what a wonderful day. We got fights coming up this weekend. So everybody gets what's going on. Mark Booker said the legendary Fanon. Salute my Chi-Town brother. Shout out to the Shy brother. What's up, man? How y'all feeling out there in the good Shy? You know. Oh, man, life is good. Man, I forgot my coffee downstairs, man. I've been really laying into the coffee lately. Will and chilling, man. I can't complain. Life is good, man. Let me see something, man. Life is good, even though I got this bogus ass wire shorting on me, and I'm too lazy to go get a replacement wire. 504 Undertaker said, Fanon Nostradamus. Good morning. Go get your coffee. I need you ready. Oh, I've had plenty coffee. Nah, it was an extra cut. Trust me, I've had enough coffee, man. I'm good, man. I'm good and straight, man. I've had some coffee, man. I'm good. I want to talk about these fights, man. I want to talk about Ryan Garcia calling out Devin Haney and saying that's the fight that he wants, man. I know y'all trying to get out here and trying to find a way for old Debbie Pool to duck that rematch and try to sit out there and coast and get him some more fights before he gets in there with Ryan. But I'm Cody Tillum. Hope you've been good. I've been well, man. I can't complain, man. You know, everybody has trials and tribulations in life, man. But for the most part, I feel pretty good. You know what I mean? I feel pretty good, man. I feel positive. I'm healthy for everything that I know, and I go to the doctor, and for everything that I know, I'm healthy. I've been making good moves in that regard. So, you know, I feel blessed, man. I hope the same for you, man. And I hope many, many blessings to you and your family, man. I'd rather Ryan and Devin than Ryan and Shakur. Oh, for sure. No, Devin needs to go ahead and get that. Devin needs to go ahead and get that no contest off his record. You guys can stop screaming about the steroids and all that shit. You know what I mean? And fight the guy. You said it's the Ostarine. If it's just the Ostarine, then you should go in there, should be able to whoop his ass. Come on, man. Let's. Give me 1 second, man. Wonder why I can't. Yeah, it says it's on. All right. Let me know if you can't hear me for some reason. How do you feel about Africa and Shushu doing a fight for New York? Africa and Shushu cannot fight each other. Africa's a 140 pounder and Shushu's a 126 pounder. So that's a featherweight and a junior welterweight, or a featherweight and a super lightweight. They're not going to fight each other. If you mean, what do I think about those guys fighting in New York? Hey, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, that would be good. I think that would be a good, entertaining fight. Shushu and entertaining card. Richardson, Hitchens, and Shushu. It's good to see that Richardson Hitchens is really coming into his own, though. You know, it really is. It's nice to see that Richardson Hitchens is coming into his own, and Shushu Carrington are coming into their own. You know, and they're going to have an opportunity over the next couple of years, you know, to really show what they can be, because, you know, they're going to all wind up signing with either TKO or DAZN. You know, DAZN is pulling some moves with the promoters over there, which is, you know, that's what Oscar De La Hoya gets, man. Oscar De La Hoya, sometimes you can't dig yourself out the holes that you create, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't dig yourself out the holes you create. And all of that hate and vitriol that Oscar De La Hoya had towards the PBC, and all of the vitriol and the stuff that Top Rank had against the PBC and not wanting to work together, allowed Eddie Hearn to slip in with an app and beat everybody. You know what I mean? Just because you guys were so anti-PBC. That's what it looks like to me. But now you see everybody fighting on the same cards, but you thought that the PBC was going to be the ones that were going to go away, but it winds up being Golden Boy, and Top Rank that look like they're in very big trouble, because Golden Boy very well could be out at their leverage is going to be almost nothing with Matchroom. Their leverage with Matchroom is almost nothing. I mean, their leverage with DAZN is going to be nothing. Almost nothing, depending on what these guys do today. What's my predictions for this weekend? I'm going with Ryan Garcia with the win over Mario Barrios. I think the fourth time's the charm. As far as Ryan Garcia, I think this is the weekend that Ryan Garcia is going to win the fight. I got Richardson Hitchens over Oscar Duarte in a good fight. I've got Gary Antoine Russell over Andy Hiroka in a good fight, but I think that he should be able to, hopefully he'll get Andy Hiroka up out of there. Andy Hiroka is a good fighter, is a tough fighter, tall, long fighter, which is something that gave Gary Antoine Russell trouble when he fought Puello. However, you know, Gary Antoine Russell says that he figured it out and knows, you know, what direction he's going to go in for this particular fight. So I got Gary Antoine Russell in that fight. I've got Frank Martin over Nahir Albright. And I think those are the fight cards. Those are the fights that I remember from the fight card off the top of my head. 504 Undercater, who do you think the worst promoter out of Don King, Oscar De La Hoya, with losing Oscar De La Hoya, easy. Look, the whole industry had to conspire against Don King to get Don King out. The whole industry conspired against Don King to get Don King out. HBO, Top Rank, the Boxing Writers Association of America, boxers, they conspired to get Don King out of boxing, man. That and Don King's advanced age is what got Don King. But Don King is a great promoter. Don King is the greatest promoter in the history of promoting. He did more with less than any of these guys did. Did more with less. A lot of people talk about, Eddie Hearn is a very good promoter. But, man, he's not a very good promoter in the United States. He's really not, bro. But he's got a network. He's got a network, and these other guys don't have networks. So the non-American people find a way to freeze out the American guys. So the only American promoter that is really running right now, the only one is going to be for real. The only one that's really running right now is the PBC and what they're doing on Amazon Prime. Oh, I'm sorry. Dana White is who I was thinking of. Devin and Daddy need to step the hell out and chill and let them boys fight. I mean, hey, man, I think it depends. First of all, Ryan's got to get past this guy. And Devin's got to get past whoever his next opponent is. But I would love to see Ryan Garcia. There's no need really for Shakur Stevenson to fight Ryan Garcia because Shakur Stevenson is not a 147 pounder. And if you're going to have a rehydration clause, in it, you know, I don't know about that, man. I don't really think that that's what's going to get it done, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think that that's what's going to get it done. But I would love to see the fight. I just don't think Shakur is a welterweight, bro. I don't believe Shakur is a welterweight. But he is gonna want and he is gonna want that rehydration clause in order to fight those guys because he's not gonna want those guys to come in weighing 170 pounds. Because no joke, bro, if you look at how ridiculously big Ryan Garcia looks right now versus how he looked in those other fights, I can see why these guys want rehydration clauses. But when it was Gervonta Davis with the rehydration clauses, nobody wanted to hear anything about rehydration clauses. You had everybody in boxing talking bad about rehydration clauses until it's their time to need a rehydration clause, at which point in time they put the rehydration clause in the agreement. It's very nice. It's like, don't call me Fananadamas. It's Tankadamas. Because what Gervonta Davis does, these guys turn around and eventually do. As soon as they get in the same situation relative to another person, that Gervonta Davis is relative to them. Do you know what I mean? One OG told me, said, if Ryan demolishes Barrios, like straight up beat him, bad, Devin not going to fight him for sure. Well, look, I don't think he should have any choice, man. Because he's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson at 154 pounds. And there's no other real fights for Devin. Really. I mean, Rolly doesn't want to fight him. Rolly's got a mandatory coming up. Then you have, who are the other champions there? You got Lewis Crocker. Matchroom's not going to, first of all, let me tell you what's finna happen. Matchroom has a monopoly over there with DAZN. It's just going to be an ugly ass monopoly over there. Unless they put on a ring card and sell a ring card on DAZN. But I'm telling you, man, those ring cards are going to be the ones in Saudi Arabia. It's a very interesting boxing landscape right now. Joshua Riley says, Ryan and Devin are middleweights, and I believe dudes like Shakur, Keyshawn, Frank Martin, those guys are 140 pounders. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I mean, Devin is looking like a 154 pounder. I can't lie. He looks like a 154 pounder. It feels like a 154 pounder when you get around. But because Devin keeps getting stronger. You know, I got to speak some positivity about him. I really do. I want to put some positivity out about Devin. Devin looks stronger at 147 than he looked at 140, and he looks stronger at 140 than he looked at 135 pounds. So I don't think Devin is getting his man strength. I think Devin is getting his natural strength because Devin is not fighting in a depleted state anymore. However, you know, I can't help but remember when Shakur said this because somebody gave this to me. Man, this is really funny, bro. Hey, man, Phoenix, thank you, brother, for the support, bro. He said the funny thing is if Tank cut weight like these dudes, he'd be fighting at 118 or 122. And if these guys fought at their natural weight, they'd be between 160 and 175, but they complain about weight. I mean, yeah, that's true. If you take it to the extreme both ways, they'd be accepted. It'd be monster anyway. Phoenix, just like you said, it'd be monster anyway. We try to not slump, man. We try not to slump. Yeah, be a lot more like Monster Inoue. Be a lot more like Monster Inoue in the size, because the guy's not a big dude. But you still have Devin Haney calling him out, and Devin wants that fight and does not want the fight with Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia is a drug treater. Cutting weight weakens you. But fighting smaller guys help you. Yeah, cutting weight weakens you, and having more weight the same day gives you an advantage because you have a size advantage. So the question is, what is more significant in an individual fight? Is it going to be the fact that you've weakened yourself for the fight? Or is it going to be that you're so much bigger than the other guy that you're going to have a significant advantage over him? Which is why they put in rehydration clauses. Because if you're going to come into the fight, right, with a natural size advantage by cutting weight, you're not going to be allowed to get so much bigger than me that it's going to be an easy fight for you. Because the reason that they are weak is because they don't belong in that weight class. If cutting weight weakens you, that means you don't belong in the weight class. It's very, very serious. I mean, it's simple in that regard. Cutting weight allows you allows you to stay in a weight class. But if you get weakened by your weight cut, then you don't belong in that weight class. While other people are not getting weakened in that weight class because they belong in that weight class. So if you don't want to get weakened, fight in a weight class where you don't feel weakened after your weight cut, which is probably where Devin is now at 147 pounds and where Ryan is at 70 pounds. At 147 pounds. 504 Undertaker. Thank you for all the questions, man. It really helps keep the conversation going. Fanan, what's your take on fighters staying with their dads as trainer after becoming a name in the sport? Do you think they need a real trainer to be successful? They are not Floyd Sr. Well, I honestly think that no matter what you do, you're going to need a real trainer. And I think that you do need, at a certain point in time, and I think this goes for all men, you have to break away from your father. I think that's something that just has to happen in life, and it happens for everybody. I don't think that there's ever really been a father-son combination that did not have a break at a certain point in time. Either these guys, went long periods of time without having fights at all, like Danny Garcia, but some of them worked. Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia, that relationship worked. I think Robert the Ghost Guerrera and Robert Guerrera and his father seemed like they worked. I don't think that it is always something that doesn't work. I think it's going to depend on the people, really. I think, but in every situation, you have to have some type of separation from you and your father. That just is a normal thing. But some fathers and sons are closer than other fathers and sons. Sean Porter and Kenny Porter, that worked for a long time. It worked well for them. So, yeah. When do you think Jerome Boots is going to get credit and go get a real fight? I think we'll know today. Cody, tell him. I think we'll know today. That's going to be a big thing today. Because there's right now, I think Virgil Ortiz and Robert Garcia are trying to get the fight with Gervonta. And what's happening now is that Oscar De La Hoya has a temporary restraining order out on Virgil Ortiz and Virgil Ortiz's team from talking to third parties about making the fight between Gervonta Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. So they're in the middle of some legal issues regarding it. But my understanding is that they're going to make a decision about the temporary restraining order today. So it's a pretty big day for Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy today because of that hearing. if that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? But look, man, I don't really know what to make of it because I don't really know all the individual relationships that's going on here. To me, I have an attachment to the way that things have been for a long time. And I think that that's natural with people. I have an attachment to Golden Boy Promotions, even though for years I would say bad things about Golden Boy, right? Because I have a worry about what TKO and what this whole ring thing, what that's going to bring. But I'm going to tell you, man, I like this card that's taking place this weekend because it has all kind of fighters that I like on this fight card. And all of these fight cards come from different promoters from different promotional outfits. And one thing about the way that the PBC was working, because these guys all have deals with different, their own. Oh, Furnace helping with the information. He says temporary restraining order against boxer Virgil Ortiz Jr. The order prevents Ortiz from entering into third-party contracts for a fight against Gervonta Ennis, citing an ongoing exclusive contract dispute. Yeah, there you go. What a great way to phrase that. Thank you, AI. You're so much more succinct, but that's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? They want a temporary restraining order against boxer Virgil Ortiz and his team. Rick Majerin, I think, is the manager. That prevents Ortiz from entering into third-party contracts for a fight against Gervonta Ennis, citing ongoing. You know what I mean? You sound different, no mic today? No, damn it. Come on, man. Tell me my mic is fucking working. Hold on one second. Oh, hold on. My mic ain't working. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm good, you said? All right. Okay. Let me know. So let me tell you, man, put in the chat who you guys got this weekend, man. Who do you guys got in the comments? Who do you guys got in the fights this weekend? I'd be very interested to know. Sound going through clearly. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you, Phoenix. Yeah, I got it a little bit. I got a short. Okay. I sound better now. Okay. That's what's up. You got Mario? No, do you guys? Yeah, well, I think. Oh, you have Mario Barrios? Wow, okay. Now I got Ryan Garcia over Mario Barrios, bro. But the thing is, I think Mario Barrios is going to get stopped, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, I think I got a focused Ryan Garcia, and I think Ryan Garcia is more than likely going to stop dude. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to stop dude. I got Ryan by stoppage. And I rarely ever go out on a limb and say that somebody's going to win by stoppage. I really don't like to do that very much, man. You know, Joshua Riley said, if I'm WBC, I want Ryan to win because they can make more money off. Yeah, because he's going to pay his sanctioning fees, man. Why they making, man, let me tell you something, man. Why the black folk got to be the ones looking cheap, man? Why the black folk got to be the ones looking cheap all the time, bro? Hey, Fanaz, salute. I'm from San Antonio, so I'm rocking with Barrios. Wouldn't put money on him, no. Now, are you from San Antonio? That's what's up. That's why I like Mario Barrios. I like Mario Barrios because he's from San Antonio. If he wins, man, maybe they can go back to San Antonio. I think the days of those good old half-empty fights in San Antonio are over, man. Phoenix said, I got Ryan, Gary, Antoine, Russell, Hitchens, the bully. Who's the bully in Amari Jones? Who's the bully? Let me know who the bully is. I got Ryan, Gary, Antoine, Russell, Hitchens, Frank Martin, the bully, and Amari Jones. That works out. They selling out for now. Who's selling out? Look, man, these guys got to get that money, bro. This money is changing hands, bro. I've already told y'all, man. I've already told you money's changing hands. That's my take on the matter. Money's already changing hands. I'm not really trying to hear what all this above board stuff, bro. I ain't really trying to hear it. You know what I mean? I believe 100% that everything in boxing has happened for a good purpose, and it's going to wind up for the betterment of the sport of boxing, and it's going to wind up for the betterment of the United States of America. Because where there's a vacuum, it shall be filled. You know what I'm saying? And what goes around comes around, bro. And this is sometimes it's always darkest before the dawn, and I think it's the dawn now. There are really good fights being made, and these guys can fight each other. The only problem is you're not going to have any real superstars out there. But that's okay because Floyd Mayweather was a prick anyway. So I'm not in the biggest need. I don't really need for these guys to be superstars. You know what I mean? One OG told me, said, Fanon, is it true that Tyson Fury is fighting again? Absolutely, man. Let me tell you something, man. Tyson Fury does not retire. Tyson Fury is not retired. Terrence Crawford is not retired. I am not trying to hear it. You're not retired from boxing until your ass has been out of boxing for at least 4 years. There's a 4-year minimum on me believing you are retiring. 4 years. Because that is really like skipping 2 fights. You know what I mean? That's skipping 2 fights. You guys fight once every 4 years. Okay, I ain't trying to hear that. You guys fight every once in a year and a half, every a year and a half. When I know full well that you don't even fight but once a year, and you missing 1 fight is 2 years, dog. If you've been retired for 2 years, I'm not trying to hear it, because all you did is miss 1 fight. I'm gonna wait till you miss 3 fights. You're on the route. You're on the route where if you're 40 years old and over, then I'll believe you. I don't believe it when you fight once a year and then you say you're retired. Okay? I'm not trying to hear it, especially if you're giving interviews all the time. I'm not trying to hear that shit. And I'm going to act like you're not retired because you're acting like you're not retired. You're just trying to let people get weight. Oh, let the demand build up. Let the demand build up. Let the demand build up. Nah, man, not while you trying to tear down other people's the demand for other people at the same time. You know what I mean? And they're trying to build up just like they got a little replacement system they got going on. There's the way that it sounds to me. But anyway you go, I'm not mad at it. People got to do what they got to do, bro. But non-boxing, but by non-boxing. Says, I agree with you. I agree unless you're 40 years old. No, yeah, exactly, man. LeVar said, did you see Oscar yesterday saying Sunday night fights are terrible and that he didn't even know the fights were on? Yes, I did listen to Oscar De La Hoya say that. And I did enjoy the fight card. There were knockouts on that fight card. So it was not a bad fight card. Sunday nights is definitely putting boxing on the back burner, in favor of the UFC. At the same time, stealing a bunch of fighters away from the competition. So seriously, man, yeah, dog, it's a whack ass shit. It's whack. But that's what you get when you put black people out of boxing. When you put the black man out of the promotion of the sport of boxing, that is what you're going to get. Seriously. No Don King, no Al Heyman. You get the mob. You get low pay. You get low pay. You get all the middlemen making all the money and all kind of politics. And the politics are super thick right now. But yeah, I saw that for sure. Oh, 504, Fanon, are you calling the fight tomorrow or Sunday? Tomorrow if I call it. I need to call it. And I won't be sipping, so I should call it. I'll probably call it. Man, I am, no joke, I am not a morning person, man. I swear to God, bro. I am not a morning person. I'm so much not a morning person. And that's a big problem with me calling these fights, man. I like to zone out and just enjoy the fight. I don't know, man. Excuse me, 504 on the ticket. I don't know. Can't tell you when I'll be on in that particular instant because I just don't know. It depends, man. It depends on how it hits me, man. You know what I mean? Get my hands off this shit. The crazy thing is they could have used the opportunity. What is this? Why do I got 18 of these? Hold on one second, man. I knew I do not. This should be twist tripping. All right, yeah, there you go. Fanon always says he's calling the fight, but it never. Yeah, I don't want to lie to y'all, man, because I'm just not a morning person. I'm not a nighttime person, man. I'm really not. And then you bring into it an entirely different equation with the type of people that come around. But I think I have to call the fights. I mean, honestly, I really need to call the fights. But when you see me get into a groove, then you'll know that I'm doing it. But for real, I'm watching the fights for sure tomorrow. The main event doesn't come on until 11:30 a.m., 1 a.m. now. I mean, yeah, dog, it's so late, man. I'm just not a nighttime person like that to be saying it. This card tomorrow is fire. It is. Shout out to, yeah, no joke. Shout out to, is this a ring event? Hey, man, put a one in the chat if this is a ring event. I think this is a ring event. I think it's a ring event. If it's a ring event, shout out to the ring, man. Shout out to these guys for doing their thing with the ring. You know, seriously, man. Because it is, I don't think this is this is not a matchroom card, is it? This is not a matchroom card, is it? It's a Golden Boy and this Golden Boy in the PBC. Yeah, it's like Golden Boy in the PBC, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is, bro. I think it's Golden Boy in the PBC. It is a fire card. I want to know who you guys think is going to be the upset in this card. Who do you think is going to be the upset in the card? That's what I want to know. Who's going to be the upset in the card? Who's going to be the guy that's going to lose? Unfortunately for me, do you know who I think is going to be the biggest chance to get upset? The biggest chance for the upset in this fight is probably Andy Hiroka and Gary Antoine Russell. That is the dark horse. Gary Antoine Russell and Andy Hiroka is the dark horse because of the size of Andy Hiroka. Yeah, Golden Boy TCB, Golden Boy and Tom Brown PBC. Yeah. Dog, man, I'm going to tell you, man. Yeah, that. The names besmirching. Mario's beats Ryan would be if Barrios beats Ryan would be an upset. Good point, man. Good point, man. Man, B. Spencer, can we get an applause? I'm going to try to activate some. Man, this is so nice to be talking to y'all today, man. Let me, with the 228 people in the building, man, let me thank y'all for talking to me this morning, man. Because we're going to have thousands of people in the building today. Thank y'all so much for your support. Throwing a little Friday color in this chat from Chicago, dog. I appreciate this, man. It's the day of Donald Trump, bro. And Donald Trump has done everything Trump can do to fuck up people's money. You know what I mean? I got to tell you, man, there's a concerted effort out there in the world to be fucking up people's money, man. And I reject all of ye who are out here fucking up people's money. Hiroka ain't fought since 2024 when he knocked out old man Barbosa. Look, man, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, man, the guy may be together, man. He may be ready to go. I am looking for the knockout for Gary Antoine Russell, bro. I am looking for the exciting fight for Gary Antoine Russell. And I am very, very glad Gary Antoine Russell no longer has the afro that Gary Antoine Russell used to have. You remember the dyed afro with the one braid in the front? I am glad that he doesn't rock that shit no more. He got the regular shit. So I'm amped up. Man, comeback protocol. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much for the support. Really does make a difference on Friday. You know what Friday is. Friday's usually a slow day, but I'm having a good time, man. What up? Is it on now? Is it on now? Is it on now? Is it on now? Hold on one second. Yeah, it's on now. It's on now. It's on now. But it doesn't sound like my. It really don't sound like my headphones though. Hold on one second, man. Hold on, give me a second, man. What up, Cheap Red Boy? All right, there you go. All right, I can see it now. And I got it pointed away from me. All right, that's better. What's up, Chief Red Boy, bro? Thank you so much for the support, man. That's huge, man. Thank you, dog. Really appreciate you, man. All right, so we back, man. We back. Thank y'all for y'all support today, man. Thank y'all for chopping in during today ain't slow in boxing, though. Let's talk about something, man, about the structure of boxing, man. LeVar, this is the first time in my life I didn't get a tax return back. What the fuck is Trump talking about, lying ass? Look, Donald Trump is fucking up, bro. Bad. I can't lie. Donald Trump is fucking up, bro. But that's what's been going on for a long time, man. It's been going on a long time, man. It's nothing but it's more of the same shit that people told you was going to happen than winds up happening. So it's not a surprise, and it's going to get worse because it always does. We're going to have a bigger clown, a more dramatic clown, a more authoritative clown next time. You know what I mean? In areas where he can express his own personal, authority. But, you've already heard my thoughts on that. Said this is the first time all my life, but I wish I haven't gotten a tax return in years because I work for myself. I always have to pay taxes. Always. Every year I got to pay taxes. And I got to spend it. If I don't pay enough, I got to spend a whole bunch of my next year paying the taxes. So, it is what it is, man. It costs money to live, man. They got us in a loop. They got us in an authoritarian loop. But let's get back to boxing and make and something we do all enjoy, man. Something that we can be positive about. Devin Haney will probably get knocked out by Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia, if Ryan Garcia knocks out or beats Mario Barrios, that is the only legitimate fight that Devin Haney has at 147 pounds. And Shakur Stevenson is not going up to 147 pounds because he doesn't want to be at a size disadvantage against guys that are weighing 165 pounds. They're not. He does not want that. Since he doesn't want that, we can stop the conversations about Shakur fighting at 147. Because the truth of the matter is, Shakur did not even want to fight at 147. He didn't want to fight at 140 other than Tio. He wanted to go back down to 135 and fight the guys in 135 because that's the weight class that he feels comfortable with. So I don't understand why there's got to be some conversation about him in 147, especially if he's going to pull in weight rehydration clauses into it. Nuke the Duke says, I know so many people voted for 145, 147. Now I got to hear them complain about Orange Man. Oh, so many people voted for 45 to 47. Now I got to hear them complain about Orange Man. Yeah, you're going to have to hear them complain. They complained before, though. The only people that I'm like looking at, Nuke the Duke, quite honestly, are black people. Only ones I'm looking at are the black people that did not want Kamala Harris because they lied, because they said Kamala Harris wasn't black. So you all are the ones that I had issue with. I voted for Kamala Harris. I didn't vote for Biden. I could never vote for Biden, but I voted for Kamala Harris. And I was okay with Kamala Harris being the president. I was not okay over Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, come on, man, you know what's going to go on. Same thing that always goes on. Devin got Blair Cobbs, Karen Kukadajian, Jack Cottrell, Ryan, and the king of 147, Rolly Romero. Yeah, as long as Rolly stays there. Rolly's down in too peaceful, Phoenix. Hey, man, my guy Nuke the Duke said I voted for Cornel West. Hell yeah, man, I would. But hell no, dog, that's the last dude. Bro, if you want to say, dog, if you want somebody that is going to sell you the fuck out, vote for Cornel West. Those guys in school, they don't got the backbone of an invertebrate. They don't got the backbone of a worm, bro. I ain't trying to hear that, dude. Them guys, the hell no, I'm not trying to hear them professors. I ain't voting for no professor, bro. Hell no. As a matter of fact, I don't even. What's up, Thomas Hill? How you? Oh, now the show can start, bro, because Thomas Hill is in the building. Now the show can start because Thomas Hill is in the building. I blame those black who use that excuse for not voting for Harris. Yep, I didn't do it. I voted for Kamala Harris. So I am not to blame for what you guys are going through. However, what about your boy? What's that guy's name? Anton Daniels? What was Anton Daniels' take on this? As we get off the boxing topic for a second. Can anybody tell me what was the great Anton Daniels' point of view on Kamala Harris? What was his point of view on Kamala Harris? And this whole is she black thing? How many people said fuck yeah, fuck? Because Donald Trump was funnier. Because Donald Trump, y'all ducked out on the black chick, called her something else. I remember because I had a political discussion on my channel. And some people were dogging out Kamala Harris. And I was like, look, man, Kamala Harris, don't get mad at Kamala Harris for being a politician. She's a politician, okay? For sure. So you're going to be able to tell me a bunch of stuff that I'm not supposed to like with her. Not supposed to like about her. Yeah, man, it was out here killing me. Every time I talked about Kamala Harris, I voted for Kamala Harris, not because I like Kamala Harris a lot, but because Kamala Harris was black. I ain't gonna lie, dog. She's black. She says she's black. Get out of here, bro. But she says she's Jamaican because she is Jamaican too. She is Jamaican. There's a lot of black Jamaicans. But just because you're not Jamaican, just because you're Jamaican doesn't mean you're black. That's stupid shit that Candace Owens was selling. After Candace Owens got done with that dumbass argument, she went back to being smart again. No joke, bro. I like Candace Owens because I know that she's a very intelligent person. You know, yeah, she's Irish, Jamaican. I don't care. She's black. So what? I don't care. She's black. She's black. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. She's black, bro. And you can beat it, bro. Dog. Nobody. I mean, I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to be disrespectful to people. I'm really trying to be a better person. And like really not insult people as quickly because I swear to God, I get insulted a lot. That is a black woman. Okay. So you can say what you want to say. She's black. You can have whatever you want to say about her. She's a black woman. All right. She is I have family that know her that are like family to her. She has been black for at least the last 50 years. She's been black in the black community, dealing with black people as a black person her entire life. So I just don't get why people that don't even know her want to jump around and talk about somebody else and whether they're black. I mean, come on, man. That's some shit Donald Trump was selling, and you guys decided to buy it. You know? Her mother is not white, and her dad is black. Her mother is not white and is darker than me, and her father is not black. I mean, is not white. He's not white. Her mother's not white and her father's black. Anyway, it goes, you got Donald Trump. So good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't care if her mother's Indian. So what? So what if her Indian? So what if her mother's Indian? You say that. You said that like 5 or 6. You said that at least 3 times. So what if her mother's Indian? So what if she's in? So what if her mother's Indian? She's still black. Barack Obama's mother's white. He's still black. What does her mother being Indian have to do with her being black? You can have an Indian mother and still be black. You can have a white father and still be black. You can have a Japanese mother and still be black. Yes, you can. You know what else you can be? Your mother can have a white mother and your father have a white father. And you can still say you're black. You're out of here, buddy. Yes, she did say she's black. You're out of here, buddy. She did say she's black. Fuck out of here. You get out of here. You got, anyway, not to be disrespectful to you, I'm sorry, because it's not worth that. However, you got to get out of here. All right, I'm not interested in your it's probably because it's further away from me, bro. There you go. Oh, look, shit works. All right. Does that sound better? Because this is really where it should be. Fonz B, does that sound better? I think that should be. Look, man, Radio Talk. Hey, you can unblock Radio Talk. That's you can get. It does sound better when it's closer to me, though. Anyway, man, as far as the black conversation, man, you guys don't have the right to tell somebody that they're black, that they're not black. Yeah, I just move it closer and point it to me. Look, man, you don't have the right to tell people that they're black or they're not black. All right, you don't. All right, and you can beat it. There's one thing that I wish could happen in the black community, if you wouldn't mind me talking about it for a second. Is two things, okay? Number one, if you are a dark-skinned black person, brown to dark-skinned black person, stop telling light-skinned people they're not black. Okay? It's not your fucking, you don't have the right to say that. And if you are a very, very light-skinned black person or a lighter complected black person, don't say shit that you think is going to insult people because they're darker skinned. That's the agreement that people should have with one another, bro. Okay? You don't get to tell people they're not black that have to be black. All right? We have to be black. It's not that you want to be black. You are black. And you don't get a vote. Because when white people are around here treating people black, you don't get to defend us. So you don't get to selectively tell people that they're not black. You just don't get to do it. So when you do it, you get to shut the fuck up. That's your shut the fuck up moment. When you feel comfortable telling somebody that is light-skinned that they're not black, because you're not the one that gets to tell them they're black. They have to suffer when you're not around. And by the way, they suffer with you when you're around. So shut the fuck up telling somebody just because you're darker than them that they're not black. That's ridiculous. You don't have the right to tell them that. Just like somebody that's light-skinned don't get to say, oh, because you're dark-skinned, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. You don't like for somebody to do it to you, but you turn around and do it to somebody else. And you do it at the behest of white people. So I've never tried to hear that shit. You don't get to tell me that because I'm lighter skinned than you are, that you're more black than I am. You may be more African than I am. You may be more African, or you may be more Trinidadian, or you may be more Jamaican, but that doesn't make you more black than me. Fuck out of here. I'm 100% black because I'm 100% that. That's why you can't be half of something, bro. But that anyway. Yeah, exactly. Your light-skinned cousins used to call you Amistad. Yeah, man, and that's why that's some shit that they should never do. That's some shit that they should never ever do. And that's some bullshit, dude. That's bullshit to do to somebody. You know what I mean? Because you're feeding on their insecurities. So don't do it the other way around. You know what I mean? I don't believe, like, seriously, you don't get the right to do it. If somebody is a white looking black person and they're a black person, shut the fuck up. You don't get a vote. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what they go through. You have no idea what they go through. And trust me, that's a beef I always had with Malcolm X, by the way. I really did. Because when he used to talk about field niggas and field slaves and house slaves, I mean, that's a very interesting conversation. That was a very interesting thing to say. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of those house slaves, the women specifically, were getting raped. A lot of those women were in there getting raped, beaten, abused, 24 hours a day. And they act like being in that house is something that was so much better than the life that they should have been having if they weren't in that house. You know what I mean? It's a different type of abuse that you get from the same people. Anyway, I've been called Dark Vader growing. That's how I learned to fight good. Yeah, man, they be wanting to fight you. As soon as you say some shit like that, cats want to fight you. But anyway, I ain't tripping. Y'all, you'll think my cousin white whole time she black. Hell yeah. They treat black women, exactly. They treated black women horribly, yeah. And they would act like, oh, yeah, that's you're in the house. You're in the house, dog. The house is not nice, bro. What are you talking about? Y'all got in the house, and guess what? Guess what happened to Floyd Mayweather Jr. when Floyd Mayweather got in the house? Anybody want to tell me what happened to Floyd Mayweather Jr. once Floyd Mayweather Jr. got his ass out that field and got his happy black behind in that house? Anybody want to guess? Come on, man. What happened when Floyd Mayweather Jr. got out of the field and went into the house? He got all his money took. James, bro, said, I thought you were Arab, bro. No, you didn't. No, you did not think I was Arab, but, okay. No, you did not think I was Arab. I don't know why you would think I'm Arab. I don't sound Arab. I don't speak Arabic. My name ain't Arabic. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm not Arabic, dog. I am not. I'm a Negro. Black man. You know what I mean? He started kissing that man's ass. Hell yeah. He started kissing that man's ass as soon as he got up in that house. He found that house. That house ain't that easy up in that house, bro. You got to be able to read and write in the house. Hey, look, bro. If you're going to be in the house, you got to know how to read and write in that house, dog. You got to learn how to read and write. No worries, Cody. Tell him you got to be able to read and write in that house, bro. You know what I mean? You can't just be in the house, bro. You got to be able to read and to write. You got to be able to do something in that house. You got to be able to either do the man's taxes. You got to be able to be the man's lawyer. You got to be able to be a carpenter in that house. You got to be you got to know how to you got to do a lot of stuff in that house. To be a good boy in that house, if all you can do is fight, they're going to put your black ass back in that field. And that's why you got to fight all the time. Because these niggas want you back in that, they want you back in that field. You know what it is. That's why they throw your ass in jail. They want you out in that field. They don't want you sitting there in that house with your shiny gold chains. Dog, they get sick of you seeing you walk around bragging about how big your cars are and how big your house is. Because you got a bigger house than they got. You got a nicer car than they got. So what they're going to do, they're going to take every dime about you, boy. You know why? Because if you're in the house, you better know how to read. If you know the house, you better know how to make some jewels. You better know how to make some forks. You better know how to polish some shit. You better know how to do something that makes their life better. Otherwise, you're going to get out the house, dog. You know why? Because you're a petty bourgeoisie. Can anybody tell me the difference? Can anybody tell me the difference between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat? Put a 1 in the chat if you can tell me the difference between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. Anybody? Anybody? Like Don King said, when you are rich, you just are rich. That's all you are. Because the money is money, dog. You still a Negro. Money is money. You still a Negro. Money doesn't get you out of being black. Never did. Matter of fact, the more money you get, the more black you are. You just waiting to find out. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't understand. Seriously, man. Let me preach to y'all for a little bit. Look, I used to want to be a Muslim preacher. Yes, I did. I used to look up to Martin Luther King. No, I didn't look up to Martin Luther King. I looked up to Malcolm X. I looked up to Muhammad Ali. I used to love listening to Farrakhan's speech. I listened to Farrakhan speak a bunch of times. So I used to listen to a bunch of Baptist preachers and they weren't very good. But then when I listened to Muslim preachers, they were actually really good. I was like, damn, these dudes really know how to talk. I don't mean to call you N-words. Anyway, nah, dog, money, you still black. And the more money you are, the more black they're going to treat you. Yeah, they are. Because they're going to steal everything from you. Because you got to remember how blacks in Africa were originally treated. The ones from Africa. Shout out to X. Shout out to my guy, Phenomenal Noop. Shout out to Phenomenal Noop, who will tell you in a minute that, you know, not all black people are from Africa. And because all black people were in the great continent. What do you call that? Pangea. Black folk was running Pangea. And then all that shit broke up. We was already everywhere. We never moved here, moved there. They just told a story because they snatched some Africans and moved some Africans from here to there and claimed they moved everybody everywhere in the world. No, I don't believe that. I don't even know who Petey Green is, bro. I don't really listen to a lot of people. Don Dada says, this channel is going to shit because you never talk boxing anymore. But you're here every day, biatch. But yet you're here every day. I need to understand, why are you here every day? Because why are you here every day if my channel is going to shit? But anyway, why don't you just leave? No, it's not. I'm talking boxing. And by the way, it's called for non-international boxing. I'll talk about what I want. I really wish you'd leave. But you're here every day. This channel's going to shit. That's why I'm subscribed. And that's why I come and I say something every day, Don Dada. No, dog, let me run you. And by the way, since my channel has gone to shit, let me just go all the way there. You guys have fucked up boxing for yourselves. You've not fucked it up for me and the boxing fans, but you fucked it up for yourself. How can you talk shit about somebody else's channel and always be here every day? Because they have a job. They have a job to do and they're paid to be here. So they don't like it, but yet they still have to be here because I have a voice. What's going up, Rick Timms? And to me, to have 256 people in the building right now, I feel pretty happy on a Friday afternoon. And I'm going to be talking for a while just to see how long I can talk. So if anybody wants to chop it up with me, let me know. What's going on, Bruce Gas? How you feeling, brother? But back to it. Seriously, man. How do you guys like this, bro? Devin Haney is going to have to fight Ryan Garcia, and there's no way he can get out of it. Let me talk boxing for a minute so my channel doesn't go to shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, give me 1 second, man. I need to, damn. Oh, no, I'm good. Hold on 1 second. All right, man. That used to really affect. Oh, I'm cool. 256 people on the channel. That's fine, man. We got thousands. We're good, man. It's all right. I love it. I want to see Devin and Ryan. I want to see it so bad. I will eat crow and call Bill Haney the greatest promoter ever if Devin Haney can beat Ryan Garcia. No, I know I'm good. I ain't tripping, bro. I'm chilling, brother. I know. I got a good following of people, man. You know what I mean? Adam Clayton Powell had a silver tongue. Yeah, he did. Adam Clayton Powell was one of my favorite, man. Adam Clayton Powell was a real deal, man. But yeah, Adam Clayton Powell. Martin Luther King has a nice voice. He has a nice voice and everything sounds musical, but he really wasn't saying anything. You know what I mean? And honestly, bro, I knew right away that the integration shit, I didn't like integration. I was not a fan of integration, bro, as a child. I hated it. I can't lie, bro. When I was in between the ages of 4 and maybe 12, I hated integration. Between 4 and 12, for at least 8 years of my life, I was like, why in the hell did they integrate? Why me was what I thought about integration the entire time. Why me? Branson said he's allergic to left hooks, Fanon. There's no way that's happening. Well, no, man, you know, you'd be surprised, bro, when they fix fights, man. You'd be very surprised, Branson, because they found a way to take the last victory away from Ryan Garcia with that bogus-ass contamination. I believe Ryan Garcia when it comes to that Ostarine shit. I believe it. I truly believe it. Hey, say your channel's the shit. Thank you, Nuke the Duke. I appreciate you, bro. I truly believe Ryan Garcia when he says he didn't do that. I believe Ryan Garcia. And I believe that Devin Haney lost fair and square. And I believe that the powers that be set Ryan Garcia up. I do. And I believe the powers that be was Victor Conti. I do. I believe that was a Victor Conti special that got pulled off. I believe that. That's my opinion. You guys can like it. You can lump it. I believe it. Yeah, exactly. His little brother gave it away. So I believe Ryan Garcia, and I think Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney, and I think he beat Devin Haney fair and square. I do. And I think that Ryan got set up, and I think Devin Haney's crew are the exact type of people that will set your ass up. I really believe it. I believe, though, if there's anybody in boxing that will set you up, it's them. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I don't trust them. I don't trust him. And I definitely don't like the fact that his brother said, Allah told me when I was on the prayer mat that Ryan Garcia is going to test positive. At first, I was going to say I didn't want to talk bad about Sean Haney and say, you know, Sean Haney is just a kid. You know, maybe he had maybe he's a mystic or something, which is, not good odds on that. But, I was willing to ride with him until I see him talking shit to and actually getting involved in altercations with Tiger Johnson, So, no, I don't believe that, man. Rick Tim said, Martin, speaking of fixed fights, what do you feel the super duper Clarissa haters are saying her fight Sunday is staged for her to win? Well, let me tell you something right now, Rick Tims, about Clarissa Shields. Thank God for Clarissa Shields. Thank God for Clarissa Shields. I am so happy and so appreciative of Clarissa Shields. I don't know what to do. Seriously, man, she's a blessing to the sport of boxing, bro. She's a true blessing to the sport of boxing. I think that what she's doing in women's boxing is amazing. And that has nothing to do with what I think about what comes out of her mouth. So, as far as haters saying her fight is staged for her to win, every fight is staged for Clarissa Shields to win. Because Clarissa Shields ain't about to lose to nobody in women's boxing. What you don't know What to get Jesus into your heart? Jesus Christ is not in your heart. Christ is not in your heart. I'm sorry, I don't believe with that. I don't agree with that statement. I don't think Christ is located in your heart. I think Christ is located in your mind. That's where I think Christ is. Because if you have him in your heart, if you have Christ in your heart, you're going to follow a lot of people. If you got Christ on your mind, you're going to behave like Christ. So, anyway, no, I do not see anybody beating Clarissa Shields. I think Clarissa Shields is clearly the best woman fighter in the world. And I don't think it's close. There's a lot of other women fighters that I think are great fighters. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other women that are great fighters, but I don't think anybody lives up to Clarissa Shields right now. I think Clarissa Shields is the best. Bro, hey, thank you, but if you don't mind, I'm gonna have to put you out of here, okay? I'm gonna have to put you on timeout, bro. You got to get it back to boxing. Not everybody's a Christian, and I don't want you rubbing your Christianity in people's faces. Okay? I'm sorry. It's not that I have a problem. I don't have a problem with your belief in Christ, but I don't want you throwing people's belief in their face. So I'm gonna go ahead and ban you, okay? Because I did it like 3 or 4 times that you're gonna have to chill out, okay? I don't want anybody up here disrespecting Islam because they have a mental illness. And I don't want you guys out here rubbing your Christianity in people's faces just because you're a Christian. Okay? Now, I happen to know certain people that like to do that. I don't want to do that. Your Christianity is your own issue, not issue. Your Christianity is your personal business. Are you okay, bro? Yes, I am. I'm perfectly fine, bro. Let me throw you out of here. Okay, Don Dada? Let me throw you on out of here, brother. You have a wonderful day, man. You have a wonderful day. Okay? You go ahead and be blessed wherever you want to be blessed at, homie. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll get back to this conversation that I was having before I'm so rudely interrupted by people's burner accounts. Okay? You know what I mean? Let me get back to what I was doing before your burner account got my attention. However, I'm not trying to talk to hyperactive Christians, okay? That don't even understand their own religion. You think of your own religion like a child thinks of his own religion. You think of a religion as a gang war, as if this is the way that I think, and if you don't think this, then you're wrong, because you want to compete in religion. You think of religion like a child. So usually I will engage with people, but I don't want to do that, dog, because you're on a burner account, okay? You don't like Muhammad Ali because Muhammad Ali is Muslim. That's not my problem. Muhammad Ali is not my daddy, okay? So whatever problem you have with Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali being Muslim, dog, that's between you and Muhammad Ali, bro. That ain't got shit to do with me, dog. You know? Fanan, you're right. As a believer, that's not what we do. Nope. The self-evidence of Jesus Christ is evident in your life. It's evident. You understand? To Muslims, the truth of Jesus is evident. To everybody, the truth of Christ is evident. But you want to use it as a way to start fights with people because you're maladjusted. Please leave me alone. You knew they are not the same weight class, but what about Alyssa Bumgardner? No, I don't think Alyssa Bumgardner is well-rounded enough to beat Clarissa Shields. I think that Alyssa Baumgartner is a bit of a front runner. And I think that Alyssa a lot of times is really looking for the big punch because she's got a lot of power. You know what I mean? She's got a big right hand. I would like to see her be able to work to the body better. And Alyssa Baumgartner's endurance in the second half of the fight the latter third of the fight. I mean, her endurance is a little bit questionable, which is why a lot of people, suspect that Caroline Dubois might be the person to beat Alyssa Baumgartner. But I think Alyssa Baumgartner's the fact that they left her off the pound for pound conversation lists, but they have Michaela Meyer on there when Alyssa was smaller than Michaela Meyer and beat Michaela Meyer. You know how it goes. It's just funny stuff, man. Hey, David Lynch, man, seriously, man. It's like you'd really be surprised, bro. People wanted to start arguments about religion, bro, so many times, dog. So many times. And, and that's what the deal is. It's about the fact that Ali is Muslim, okay? And they don't like Muslims. Real talk, and that's not my problem because I'm not Muslim. So what the fuck do I have to do with that? I can like Muhammad Ali and not be a Muslim. Real talk, black folk who have done me the dirtiest are the ones who love Jesus. I mean, seriously, man, most of them don't even understand Jesus. So how do you tell me you believe? First of all, you don't even have to understand Jesus. You have to understand Christ. If I have a conversation and ask people the difference between Jesus and Christ, they couldn't tell me. So they spend their entire life talking about every Bible verse under creation, but they can't tell me the difference between Jesus and Christ. So I just don't want to hear it, man. But feel free to believe whatever you want to believe. And I mean, at the same time, feel free to disbelieve whatever you don't want to believe. If you don't want to believe in Christ as any real thing, knock yourself out, bro. If you want to believe in it as the realest thing ever, knock yourself out. Whatever you believe is what you believe. And that's going to work for you because you believe in something. I just think you need to believe in something. You got to have some type of set of rules, some type of guidance in your life to make sure you don't mistreat people. So as long as what you do with your religion ensures that you're not mistreating people, I'm 100% for it. But if what you have in your religion mandates you to mistreat people, then there's a problem with your religion. There's not a problem with God. There's a problem with your religion and the way that you're practicing it. Because you're running in people's faces and trying to mistreat them because they don't agree with you. You're using your religion as a bat. That's not how you're supposed to use God, as a bat against someone or a justification to mistreat someone. No, you know who does that? People that convert to religion late in life. People that convert to religion late in life do that shit. They don't believe in God at all for like 30 years. They get in a bad situation. Then all of a sudden they find God and then they get super regimented about it and they don't get outside the Bible and they're just stuck in the Bible because they didn't follow God for the first 30 years of their life. Bro, I got baptized in 1970 something. I was 1981. I fell in love with God and the concept of God when I was like 4 years old. I knew God was real when I'm like 56 years or 53 years of knowing God was real. And 45 years after having been baptized. Come on, man. I don't think the same way about God in 2026 as I thought about God in 1970 and 1981. Okay? You just don't think the same way. As far as my thought about God and knowing God is real and believing, I am where you were probably in 1985. Okay? Your understanding grows as you go. So stop telling everybody based off your understanding right now what it is, because your understanding is going to change. Also, they're not going to accept it in the stage of understanding in which they are. So you're over preaching. That's dude. These guys, I've got friends that I was sitting in the back row with during church when we were 5 and 6 years old. All they know how to do, and this is no disrespect to me to you if you're listening. Most part, all they know how to do is repeat Bible verses and to show up every Sunday. They never thought about it any deeper than to memorize the Bible verses. The more Bible verses you memorize, the better. And the more you go to church, the better. Dog, I got over that shit when I was like 18. You know, because I was already doing that for so long. Anyway, let me get back to it, man. Thank you for coming over there with that preaching shit, man. But bro, that's all it is. All right, it's back now. Yeah, I'll replace this. I'm gonna go somewhere, man. The Most High had to shut him down. Oh, look, watch this hair grease. Wow, bro. You know what, man? You should really never do that. The Most High had to shut him down. You should really never do that, hair grease. You're a racist, by the way, bro. I do want to let you know that you're a racist. And black people know that you're a racist, bro. That's why I don't talk to you, bro. Because you're a racist. You are. Being sexually attracted to black women does not mean you're not a racist. It's called a burner account. He said, YouTube don't want you speaking the unpopular truth. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, man, I love God. And I understand Jesus the Christ. Very much so. But I'm also not dishonest, dog. I know the people around me didn't believe it because they didn't understand it. You're just believing that something happened a long time ago, and if you follow the rules and give your money to church, you're good. That's what you believe. No, that's not a black man. That's a Latino, bro. That was a Latino. That's a Latino. That's a Latino dude that does not have a job, that is basically a troll for the boxing establishment. Or people in my family, one or the other. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Still, you guys can beat it. Because I'm having a wonderful, wonderful conversation, man. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you like the conversation? If you wouldn't mind? Because I did get off boxing for a while. Something that I have the capability to do, you know? I say YouTube can kick rocks with his unethical practices. Hey, man, for real. Hey, man, thank you to anybody that supported in the Super Chat or the Cash App, which I don't think anybody did in the Cash App. But, man, thank y'all for y'all support over the course of time. It really does make a huge difference to the channel. Glad you guys are enjoying the conversation, so I will continue with it on this fine Friday. On this very fine Friday. Jeep Red Boy, thank y'all so much, man. Appreciate you, brother. That means a lot, man. Thank y'all for supporting the chat, keeping the channel going, because when you see color in the chat, that means the channel's healthy. But listen, seriously, dude, do you think that black people, just because you come around black people and you try to befriend a black person or you date a black girl, that black people are going to trust you? I mean, really, do you think that for real? You can't cross over to black people. It doesn't work. Because let me tell you something about black people. In America, you cannot cross over into black people. You cannot. Because the second you do anything, they're going to kick you the fuck out. You can't cross over, bro. You can't cross over. You can't cross over. Bill Haney, black people never liked Bill Haney. So nobody thought it was a big deal. Seriously, nobody likes Bill Haney. Bill Haney's not a fan. Nobody's a fan of Bill Haney. Bill Haney is despised by black people. So if you talk shit about a despised black person, it might be okay. But not somebody that actually has a reputation in the black community. Once you start becoming a white person attacking Louis Farrakhan, they're not going to try to hear what you got to say. Right away, bro, it's not going to work. I'm just telling you, none of you niggas can attack me in the black community. You cannot do it. You can never attack me in the black community. It's never going to work. You might be able to attack me in the gay community because, dog, I'm not gay. You can attack me with the gay community. I'm not gay. All right? That's why so many of you guys that talk all that shit, that's what you are. And I don't have a problem with it. But you guys cannot attack me in the black community. You can't do it. Just like outside the black community, you can't attack me within my family. That shit's never going to work. You can't do it. You can't attack me with black people. You can't. Because I've been too loyal for too long. And let me tell you something else. You can't even spread a rumor on me. You can't even spread a rumor on me. You can't. You know why? Because I've already have decades and decades and decades of being black in America in all of these different communities in which you want to break into. Before Eddie Hearn ever showed up to the United States, bro, I had been in America doing my thing for well over 40 years. Well over 40 years. You can say what you want about a leaking lawyer. It doesn't matter. You will never break into the black community, bro. You never will. You're never going to get black women to sell me out. You're never going to get black men, real black men to sell me out. You're never going to get my audience. You're never going to affect my audience because I know I don't need you. You all want to break into the black community and create and pass narratives in the black community. I have existed solely within the black community for years. I have standing in the black community. Even the lies you tell about me don't go anywhere because so many people know me. You can't even lie on me. If any of the shit that you said about me was true, I've got 200,000 fraternity brothers in Kappa Alpha Psi. One of these noobs would have been able to tell somebody something about the shit that you say about me. Meanwhile, every public official that you know of knows who I am. And that is why you'll never ever touch me. Not physically, not within the boxing community, not within the black community. Because I've never sold out the black community and I've always endeavored to bring value to the black community. You guys are out there on paychecks. Yes, you are. You're out there trying to start a controversy. Bro, people have been trying to do that shit to me for well over 30 years. And it has never worked. And the more times you do it, the less it's been able to be successful. Because the more times people see you do it. Before there was you doing it, there was somebody else that did it and everybody saw him do it. And when you get done with the bullshit act that you're on right now, somebody else is going to come by and try to do the same thing. And they're going to say, oh, I remember when this person did it. Oh, I remember when that person did it. I remember when that person did it. But let me tell you what's going to happen eventually. You cannot touch the truth. Let me give you an example about not being able to touch the truth. Michael Jackson. Y'all never touched Michael Jackson in the black community. You never managed to do it. All of the things that they said about him, and I'm going to tell you right now, you know I've never been through what they put Michael Jackson through. But the same type of people tried to get Michael Jackson by making fun of him, clowning him, setting him up on things that he never did, calling him the worst thing ever. They tried to run that man into the ground. And what do you find out years after Michael Jackson's death? You find out that it was the people who are running them down who are the actual people that were doing the things that they were accusing Michael Jackson of doing. So you get these people coming around, legitimate media, trying to make that channel about nothing but their battle and fight with them. Cody, tell him, thank you, brother. You'll never sell me out in the black community, bro. You'll never will, bro. I'm just going to tell you, you'll never get it done. You'll never get it done. No chance. Because you guys are fake. You cannot walk into the American black community, befriend 2 or 3 people, and then start talking shit like, oh, I'm in the room. I'm all comfortable. I'm all comfortable. I can say what I want. I can attack anybody I want because now I'm cool. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because everything you say is going to fall on deaf ears. Because they're going to be like, they're just attacking a black man. He thought he was cool with the black people. They thought they were cool with the black people. So they're going to jump on and try to attack this man and run his name down. Nah, dog. That man didn't do nothing to you, but let you in the door. My years on local radio and Lil TV and presence in the hood have my black card and ghetto pass validated nationwide. Your work speaks for itself. Yeah, man, I'm 100% cool. I feel like you've never caught me out there lying to y'all like a fucking rug. You've never seen me switch up on somebody. To this day, my favorite fighter right now is Deontay Wilder. To this day, I support black fighters. I never switched up on anybody. Not one time. You don't have a situation where you're like, damn, Martin said that? Oh, where did that come from? You never heard me do no shit like that. Have you ever seen me on a campaign to ruin Gervonta, a young black man? But let's get this right. Y'all want to be on a campaign to destroy the person that protects Gervonta. You're not attacking Gervonta. You just want to attack the person that is one of the chief defenders of Gervonta. You don't have a beef with Gervonta. You just got a beef with the guy that supports Gervonta. Totally unrelated to anything other than the fact that this man, and I have no idea why y'all do this, is a fan of Muhammad Ali. That's the only justification that I got. Is because I'm a fan of Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali is Muslim. Am I supposed to believe that explanation? No. All of these are just time to limit my effectiveness within the black community, because I'm not interested in being effective in the Mexican community. I'm not interested in being effective in the white community. I'm only being interested in being effective within the black American community. I'm not even interested in being effective in the British black community or the Caribbean. I'm really not, because I've learned right there that you guys, and I hate to say this is something that I learned from younger people and older people at the same time. My mother told me, and these younger people like Phenomenal Nuke told me, that you guys don't have respect for black Americans. Cody tell him, Fanon, yes, y'all don't have respect for black Americans. You think black people are stupid? You think you can tell them anything and they're going to believe anything? And you believe if you wave some money in front of them, they're going to do anything that you tell them to do? And there's some people that are not going to bow down. There's some people that are not going to bow down. So when they don't bow down, when black people in America do not bow down to other people outside of black America, the first thing these people try to do is ruin your reputation with black Americans so that you don't have a support system, which is why I was so happy. And I'm telling you right now, I was so happy that guys like, what's my man's name? God, what's this dude's name, bro? Cat Williams, when he was talking all that shit about Michael Jackson and saying there's no way that somebody says that's something about you that many times and it's not true. Let's not forget that Cat Williams sold out Michael Jackson. Let's not forget that Cat Williams sold out almost everybody in the damn comedy industry. Sold them all out, bro. Sold them all out. And he only started getting those specials after he sold them out. Just wanted to say. Charles Combs said, we disagree often on boxing. However, you are cooking with fresh grease priest, sir. I'm just telling you, man, that's what it is. That's why these guys want to attack me within the black community, because I don't want to be big outside the black community. I got offers to go on the Boxing Voice. I could have been trying to get the zone contracts and do shit like that. I know how to speak with a straight face. I just didn't want to sell you anything, man. I don't want to be the black face on the camera that is there to make black people think that they're getting something. When the truth of the matter is that probably right now, the most people making money in boxing are going to be the black media people, because they're not going to be paying the boxers shit. Oh, Easy Life said was in Thailand last week. Shout out to you, man, in Thailand. For none, other black nationalities don't fuck with us until ICE start grabbing their asses up. I'm going to tell you right now, dog, that's what you get. No. Tamel Sanders, no. You don't even see any crying. Let me ask you a question. Why are you talking to somebody when nobody knows who the fuck you are or why you're saying it? If you are the one that's crying, Tamel Saunders, you're the one crying. I'm not crying. I'm telling you the truth. That's what you do to try to fuck over black people and try to keep yourself in control. You try to co-opt the black community. That's what you do. And you try to co-opt the black community with black people. You do. You do. And you got a bunch of tethers that got black skin but don't have any connection to the black community in the United States. And I've been told that by older people that are in their 80s, and I've been told that by younger people that are in their 30s. So if I'm somebody that's sitting in my 50s and somebody in my 80s is telling me something that I missed, and somebody in their 40s are telling me something that I missed, that means the generation before me got something that I missed, and the generation after me has something that I missed. So I have to look up and say, you know what? I might be wrong. And I have to tell you that I think I was wrong about Pan-Africanism. I think that I was short-sighted, and I needed to learn. And I think that these guys have a real big point about black nationalism versus Pan-Africanism. Because I don't think that black nationalism can exist with Pan-Africanism. I think Pan-Africanism is internationalism. Internationalism is internationalism. I don't think that black nationalism can coexist with Pan-Africanism, because Pan-Africanism is nothing but internationalism in the form of directed at black people. So I think that I'm wrong about what I used to think. And I think guys like Phenomenal Show are right, because I could never really get my hands on why I had a problem with a lot of the Pan-Africanists, because it doesn't really work with my own personal interests. So anyway, yeah, man, I've been educated, man. I feel like I still have the capability to learn. And I hope people have the ability to learn from me. But let's not get it twisted. You don't like me, son, because of my influence with black men. Yes, you do. And you don't like me because black women like me. You can say what you want, but most black women I encounter like me. That's been my experience. And I think I do very, very well in communicating. Americans don't care. I mean, look, man, you got to get out of here, okay? Like, I'm not interested. You don't get a vote. You know what I mean? You don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. If I mislabeled my channel, I apologize. Yo, to the news. What's up, Jordan? I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, that's what you're saying, though. We'll see. What up, man? My great-great-grandfather didn't believe it because he was married an American slave. Look, man, I'm telling you right now, the reason that the problem that these guys got with me in boxing is because I have a lot of influence in Black America. And I can back up my influence with Black Americans with influence outside of Black America. And that's why they don't like me. And that's why they try to shut my channel down. That's why they try to get these people to always try to start nonsense and always have my name connected with nonsense. Fanon, to stay relevant, you have to reinvent yourself every so often. Who, me? Who has to reinvent themselves every once in a while? To stay relevant, you have to reinvent yourself every once in a while. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you? I don't want to have to reinvent myself. I've already done it several times. I don't want to reinvent myself somewhere else. I feel like I'm still doing what I need to do in boxing. I don't think I'm there. I don't think I'm where I need to. You know what I mean? I think that there's other things we can do. I want to see this change of boxing through. It's a con. I'm a con. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your input. I thank you. I appreciate you for your input, man. Now, please feel free to come back under another name. You don't know what that means? It's very easy. Influence with Black people. Influence with Black people. Influence is called power, and the ability to convince people of the way that you see the world. The ability to influence people comes from your ability to make arguments that make people agree with what you're saying. So I have had, I don't know, 70 million views. I don't know how many views I've had, actually. Let me not say that. 10 million, 15 million. I don't even know how many views I've had. I don't even know how many views I've had in my lifetime. No, I'm telling you, influential, nigga, I can get you arrested. I didn't ask you to be convinced, bro. I didn't ask to convince you. So what? You're here. You're not convinced? I don't care. You listened, didn't you? Did you listen? Did you sit here and listen to me? Did you create this fake ass page to say that you're not convinced? I don't care if I convince everyone. I didn't say everybody believes me or everybody likes me. What I said was, you are not going to talk shit about me to Black people and think it's going to work. Got it? You're not going to try to ban me, blackball me, shadow ban me, badmouth me, and it actually work. It's not. I've been talking for 2 hours. We got 300 people in here. There's going to be thousands of people here. And I've been keeping this conversation without even really talking about anything but on the outskirts of boxing. So that's what I mean. And let's not get fooled. This goes beyond YouTube. And it goes into the fact that I got 6 Ricos on y'all. Bitches. Hey, can I get an amen if I got a Rico on somebody? I'm sorry, can you put a 1 in the chat? If you have ever seen evidence of me getting a Rico slapped on somebody. I mean, I just need one person that has had evidence presented to them of me slapping a Rico on somebody. That's what I mean by influence. You can badmouth me till you fucking purple in the face. I'll still slap a fucking Rico on your ass. That's what I mean by Black influence. Unless you can slap a Rico on somebody, Shut up, leave me alone. See what I mean? That's what I mean. You're not going to get rid of that by bad-mouthing me. So, just like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney is not going to get rid of that ass whooping that he took from Devin Haney by planting Ostrine on him. Called that shit months before it happened. Yep. Quite honestly, I called Nicolas Maduro getting snatched. I called Nicolas Maduro's oil getting snatched too. But we'll leave that alone. We won't get into all of that. We'll leave it on the boxing level. You know, for the people that only want to talk boxing. Meanwhile, you know full well that the powers that be are listening to me right this very second. We'll leave this conversation at the boxing level. However, let's not get it confused. I don't appreciate as I continue my live stream because, dog, seriously, I love this boxing talk. I love this boxing talk. I love it. And some of you guys are racist as hell. I didn't even call you a racist. You know why? Because that's why you tuck that shit. That's why you tuck that shit right next to you. So you can say whatever you wanted to say without anybody ever calling you a racist. But let me tell you, like Rick Glazier, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you know who Rick Glazier is. I don't fall for the Rick Glazier trick. You don't get to put a black woman right next to you, not use the N-word, and me not know that you're a racist. Yeah, you are. Because you act like one. Because you act like one. Jumping in black folks' business, talking down to black folk, making fun of black folk, trying to shut down a black business, because all that bad shit y'all be talking about people. Just like you tethers work for racists. Yeah, you do. You remember what's that little dude's name? That got mad because I said the word BUCK WHEAT. Can somebody tell me that word? Can somebody spell that out for me? What does this word spell? BUCK WHEAT. What does that mean? Let me ask, who should I ask? I should ask the Spit Bucket Podcast. What does that mean? What does that word BUCK dash WHEAT? There was a guy that I said resembled somebody whose name was that. And they got all upset at me. Meanwhile, this dude called me an FAGNON. Beetlejuice. Yeah, I'm talking about Beetlejuice. Little Beetlejuice, who has no reason to have a beef with me whatsoever. No reason to have a beef with me whatsoever. Him. No reason to have a beef whatsoever, dog. I know Rick personally. I met him in 2010, Rugged Bob. Man, Rick Timms is good people. Yeah, I wanted to get off there. Hey, man, what did it say? Hold on one second. Hey, man, if anybody wants to support in the Cash App, please do. The Cash App is empty for the day. If anybody wants to support, because I want to take a day off tomorrow, please, all other donations, please put them in the Cash App. It works better for today. Where was I at? Bernard, he started going in and me and 2 cents on Twitter. Who was that? Oh, bro, because they're told to go at you. They're told to attack you. They're little attack dogs. They're attack dogs for They're attack dogs for white people. They're the same thing. Let me tell you something, bro. There ain't no difference between them and Jesse Jackson, them and Al Sharpton. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, doesn't fucking matter. Blue blood, doesn't matter. They're all the same type of people, bro. All the same. They all the same, all the same, all the same. All the same type of mimics that they put up in front of white people that want to control the narratives of black people. You know what I mean? They went to their little rich master and now they're all screwed. Hey, man, hey, my Cash App is this. It's going on behind the screens. Nuke the Duke. Cash App is $ for non-INT, but make sure you look for the name Martin. Make sure that you look for the name Martin. Do not put it on there if you don't see the name Martin. You know what I mean? Make sure it has the name Martin. Excuse me for burping, man. For the last several months, man, I've been having like indigestion for a while now. But man, I'm having a good time on this conversation, man. We actually breached 300 people in here for a while. No joke, though, to the guys that want to start that. Man, should I get on? I should get on it, man. Should I get on them? I should leave them alone, shouldn't I? I should leave them alone. I should leave them alone. I should leave them alone. You're crazy. Sellout. Stop disrespecting our black leaders who fought for equality. Okay, no worries. Fuck Jesse Jackson. Fuck Jesse Jackson. Fuck Al Sharpton. Fuck every other one of them sellouts. Fuck all them sellouts. I don't give a shit. Fuck all them sellouts. I don't have to like y'all because you say you fought for this or fought for that. I don't have to like those dudes because you put them on camera. I don't like Jesse Jackson because Jesse Jackson didn't like me. I don't like it. I am bringing. I'm not going to bring it. I'm going to send you, bro. I do not care about Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton is a pimp. Al Sharpton is a fucking fraud. He's a fucking fraud. Jesse Jackson was a fraud. I don't care. I was around in the 1970s. I was around in the 1980s. I was around him personally. I was around people that are around him. I'm sorry, bro. I don't believe just because you put a black man on camera doesn't mean I'm going to worship him. And I'm not a fan of Jesse Jackson at all. And Jesse Jackson's been gone for a while now, so I can now say it. I said fuck Jesse Jackson when he was alive. And I still say fuck Al Sharpton. And I can say what I want to say because I've been black my whole life. And I've been around them. I've seen them. I know how they move. I'm behind the scenes. You're not behind the scenes. Or you are behind the scenes. I don't care. But I don't have to like any of you politicians. And I mean that to the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to say that, and I mean it, just like I don't have to like any of you fighters. I'm not a boxer. I don't have to like Bill Haney. I'm not a boxer. I don't have to like Turkey Al-Sheikh. I'm not a boxer. I don't like that. I don't have to like Dana White. I don't have to say what the Boxing Writers Association wants me to say. I'm sorry. I have that. That's, what can I say? Just like y'all are not going to pay me for the shit I say, I don't have to get paid to say the shit that you want me to say. You are not my friend, and therefore I'm not your friend. I don't owe you anything but the correct time. That's it. If you ask me the time and I have a watch, I owe you the time of day, and that's it. And honestly, I don't even owe you the time of day. If you ask me what time of the day is, I don't even know what to give it to you to give you that to you. Because none of them ever did me any good. And I mean that personally about Jesse Jackson. I mean that about the Congressional Black Caucus. I mean that about the power structure of Black America that was around in the 1990s. I mean that of you people specifically. I don't owe you any allegiance. I do not, because you have never, ever done shit for me. And in fact, anytime I got around any of them, they did the exact opposite of what was good for me and sided with the people that wanted to go against me. When I was trying to get people elected in cities in DC and Atlanta, these people had fucked up attitudes about me. So I don't have to like them. They had the power structure and their people that they wanted to be in control. That's who they wanted to do well. Just like Jesse Jackson said about Barack Obama, that remember when Jesse Jackson said that about Barack Obama? that it was too late. They should have cut his nuts off earlier. Well, that's what Jesse Jackson liked to do to people. Try to cut his nuts off. And what does that mean? What they used to do is, and what they'll still to this day do, is try to ruin your reputation by setting you up on a bunch of dumb shit. So if they wanted to fuck over Barack Obama before Barack Obama got a lot of headway, they needed to do something to Barack early in his career. That's why Barack wasn't even able to get elected to a congressional seat. But he needed a job with certain people. So you know who the fuck I am. Don't play. And I don't support none of you. I don't support none of you. Not with my money, not with my endorsements, not none of them. If I don't give a politician my money directly, I don't have no time for that politician at all. Because Jesse Jackson was a politician. That's what he is. He went from being first of all, it's the Reverend. So he went from the church establishment into the political establishment. The church establishment is there to control black people, and so is the political establishment. So no, I don't have to worship Jesse Jackson. Never will worship Jesse Jackson. I was offered a job to work for Jesse Jackson, and I said, no, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Cody Tellum said these dudes crazy. I'm telling you, man, that's what I think about him. And I don't have any disrespect. I don't mean to disrespect him, but he didn't like me. So therefore, I don't have to like him. And I mean that personally. You guys, he probably never knew who you guys were. He knew damn well who I was. Spoke at every school I ever was at. Every school I ever was at. Here Jesse Jackson's ass is sitting in the front of the audience, talking his head off to everybody. Jesus is the name. Christ is the title. Exactly. Christ is the title. Hey, man, thank y'all for this support, bro. For real, I needed it. I can't even lie. Today, brother, I needed this support. I really did need the support in the Cash App. Thank y'all, bro, for making my day fly. Damien says, appreciate you. Thank you very much, Damien. It means a lot, bro. It means a lot, dog. It really does. It means a lot, dog. It's needed and appreciated. My guy, Earl, what up, man? Good fella. What up, bro? Thank you, Earl. That's my guy, Earl. I think I know who you are. You said good fella. Yes, sir. Shout out to all my good fellas, man. Shout out to all my people, man. Shout out to all my folk, bro. For real. Best podcast on YouTube, Winston Warren. Thank you. And then Alton Jones, thank you, says support for the best channel that don't hate. Nah, I don't hate, bro. I'm not hating, bro. For real. Thank you, man. Appreciate y'all so much. And hey, with that, thank you so much for that support. Thank you. And I forgot. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Jesus is in the name. Christ. Jesus is the name. Christ is the title. Exactly. Most of these people talking that don't know the difference, bro. And it's more than just a title. It's a state of being. It's the Christos. Jesus the Christos. Man, what a good day, bro. What up, Fanon? I wanted to ask you something I know that isn't part of the subject, but what coffee do I drink? I drink dark roast. What is it? Acadian, something like that. Whatever the one with the A is. I drink that and it's just like Pete's or whatever we grab. I don't have any specific brand that I drink, but dark roast because my mother likes dark roast. My wife likes pecan flavored medium roast. So I go between the two. He said he don't hate, but I do. Hey man, look, I just want to talk about the truth, bro. I really do. I really want to talk about the truth. And I know that I can't talk about the truth on the YouTube channel. I really can't. But for the last 5 minutes, dog, I do want to talk to you, son. Man, that make-believe is going to be bad for you, brother. That make believe is, at the end of the day, bro, that make believe, it can get bad on you, bro. You know what I mean? I know you're listening, bro, and I know you've been commenting this whole time. I also know why you said you think you could touch me. I also know why you said you think you could do that. So I'm going to repeat myself. I don't care how many people you walk by me within 5 feet. The only people that walk by me within 5 feet are the people that were allowed to walk within me within 5 feet. It doesn't matter if they announce themselves. It doesn't matter if they give me a name and says, "Hey, Martin, oh, you look like," it doesn't matter if they give me little signals. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. I already know what the deal is. Okay? I already know what the deal is. You can't fake with me anymore. All right? Back when I was a little kid, and I mean this for the last minute, I mean this to you guys. Back when people were little kids, that might have scared them. You know what I mean? It might have scared them. But once you do the same thing 15, 20 times, it's no longer scary. You know why? Because now it's predictable. And once it becomes predictable, it's not frightening because you know how to deal with it. You know the limitations of it. And you also learn that if you were very serious about the shit that you're talking about, you would do it instead of saying something about it. So now everything that you've done has only resulted in you having less influence than you've ever had before. Let me explain something to you. Thank you, Arena. Black men and white men alike, since the year 2026, since 2006, have gotten drug into the ground for their little Illuminati parties. You know the guys that used to operate in secrecy, the big cabal? They had a black cabal, they had a white cabal. These guys like cabals. If you're not familiar with what a cabal is a secretive group of people that all work together for a common end. And you never know who they are, right? So, but they are very real things. So what you saw with Weinstein, Epstein, Trump, what you've seen with Bill Gates, what you've seen with Prince Andrew, what you've seen with these cabal of men that work together, these different diplomats work together, that was all broken up. It was all broken up. You have black people that were doing the same thing, and that all got broken up. Puffy Combs, Diddy this all broken up. And now you have boxing breaking up. Now you have boxing breaking up in the same fashion. All of this is downstream from politics. It's all downstream from the game that you guys in this cabal are trying to play. And I'm very happy to see that you guys are falling apart. And look, let me tell you something else. Nobody cares if I talk about boxing. Son, I heard you came by again to complain. Here we go again, not talking boxing. I could talk boxing for I could not talk boxing for another hour. And my supporters are still going to be in here talking to me. You know why? Because I give my subscribers value. I give them value. I don't work for Bill Haney, so I don't have to talk about Bill Haney and Devin Haney and tell you that Shakur Stevenson is the new face of boxing. I don't have to do that. What I can do is I can really try to stab you people behind the scenes in your heart. That's what I can do as I go on for another 5 minutes tops. What I can do is stab you behind the scenes and make your life terrible for that cabal. That's what I can do. I can't get you signed to Eddie Hearn. I can make the life of some of your most powerful people very, very, very rough. Yes, I can. And I absolutely can call in favors from people that you have no idea even exist. So keep talking. And I'm going to put another Rico on you. Keep talking, and there's going to be more Ricos. Keep talking. Keep talking. I want you to. Get another bad guy to badmouth me and think that I'm going to focus on him. Anyway, when was the last time? Hey, when's the next turkey fight before I get off of here? Can somebody tell me the next time Turkey Al-Ashik is putting on a $100 million card? Can anybody tell me when is the next $100 million card for Turkey Al-Ashik? When is the next $100 million card for Mr. Unlimited Funds? I need to know. When is Claymore Rain? When is the next $100 million fight for Mr. Unlimited Funds? Is he even on DAZN anymore? Is he fully supporting DAZN anymore? I thought he was going over there to TKO and Ring. And now that is he? That's what I thought. But anyway, let me get out of here. Man, thank y'all for putting up with me today. Hey, man, thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm seriously, I want to know. They misunderstood. Turkey really said I'm limited, but the accent threw them off. Yeah, that lie threw their asses off. Anyway, much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat for listening to me for 2 hours. And really, I did get off the boxing topic because, sometimes I don't want to talk about that, man. Thank you, Jose Lopez. Oh, before I go, can you put a 1 in the chat if you like the chat? Seriously, because they always got some shit to say that's negative. We got 258 people in the chat. Can you please do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat if you liked it? I want to stay on for 2 minutes, please. Just for my own ego and so that people that always want to hate on the fucking channel know that people actually like what I'm saying. And they can't sit up there with their just one comment and be like, oh, I'm so sick of this. Who is this guy? You know what I mean? When you guys put the 1 in the chat like this at the end, it means something because they get to see, this is not somebody that's just talking shit that nobody wants to hear about, and they're not going to follow your narrative. You know what I mean? They're not going to follow your narrative, bro. They're not going to follow your narrative and just say, oh, no, we don't like Fanon. We don't like Fanon. Man, seriously, bro. And somebody spelled out 1. That means a lot, bro. Claymore in his box. Oh, shit. I'm going to wait for a minute so I can get some 1s, man. I'll take any ones. You can put 1 twice. I'll take 2 1s. I just want the I just want the activity. What's up, Arena? Thank you so much. Thank you, Deborah Hart. You know what I mean? Because these guys got me out here looking bad, bro. You know what I mean? Because first of all, y'all would have never known I had difficulties in my life if they had not drugged the shit out. Then I got to live out here with people knowing that I've had difficulties in my life and have peon niggas try to come and fuck my name up in the black community. As if, bro, you can come into the black community. You can just think you can come into the black community and run my name down with somebody that's not even in the black community. You got guys that are not even black American. You got guys that are Jamaican. You got guys that are from other countries. People that are, come on, man. And you guys can just fake being black and run in here and run my name down, bro. You're not even dude, I don't want to say anything about this, that, or the other thing. Bro, that we should, but you guys are the main ones trying to run black Americans down that support only black Americans. And I don't only support black Americans. I love me some Mexican fighters, but I'll call it like it is. But thank y'all, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you, Real Sticks, bro. It means a lot, bro. It really means a lot. And with that, I'm out. Told you. So now leave your 5 or 6 comments saying what a bad person I am, bro. You know what I mean? Thank you, brother. All right, Gay, I see that. I see it. It's back on now. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much. To my guy, David Lynch, brother. Thank you, David Lynch, for the $5 holler. And with that I'm out. Y'all have an absolutely wonderful day. Deuces.